It begins with a moment so unexpectedly honest that it sends a ripple across the entire studio. Tamera Mowry-Housley, sitting across from Jennifer Hudson on the Jennifer Hudson Show, laughs at first. That soft, warm laugh we all know so well from her years on screen. But then she admits something that stops the audience in its tracks. Her kids, her own sweet babies, are kind of bummed out after watching her iconic childhood sitcom, Sister, Sister, a show that many of us grew up on. A show that shaped the childhoods of millions. And yet, to her kids, just not their thing. For a moment, you can almost see the younger version of Tamera, that same girl who once stood beside her twin, Tia Mowry, bright-eyed and full of dreams, starring on one of the most beloved shows of the 90s. And now, here she is, a woman, a mother, reckoning with the strange, humbling reality that her kids just aren't impressed. Not yet, at least. As she explains it, she didn't even expect to feel offended, until she did. She tried showing the show to her son, Aiden, who watched a little and shrugged before giving his very blunt review. Yeah, this is not my thing. I love sports. And the way Tamera reenacts it, you feel that universal mom moment, the one where your child unknowingly crushes your heart with the simplest sentence. She laughs while telling it, but there's a tiny sting under the surface. So then she turns to her daughter, Ariah, hoping for a different reaction, maybe even for the wide-eyed wonder so many of us had when we watched Sister, Sister for the first time. But Ariah just watches quietly, turns to her mother and says, "I like it." And Tamera freezes, because like is, well, like. Not love, not obsessed, not binge-worthy, just like. When she reenacts herself saying, "What do you mean you like it? Do you love it?" The entire audience laughs in that way people do when they recognize a universal feeling. Wanting your kids to think you're way cooler than they admit you are. It's a strange thing watching Tamera recount this, because for so many of us, Sister wasn't just a show. It was joy. It was comfort. It was that after-school moment of magic. It was the series that cemented Tamera and Tia Mowry as TV royalty, a cultural touchstone, a classic. And on that stage, Tamera acknowledges it with pride. "The way I see it," she says, "is that Sister has become a classic. And what an amazing blessing to be able to say that." And she's right. The show belongs to an era we cherish, an era where feel-good sitcoms helped define who we were. But kids today, they're on another wavelength entirely. And while Tamera pretends to shrug it off, she makes it clear she's not giving up hope. Not at all. Her daughter is only 10, she reminds the audience. Maybe when she's 13 or 14, she says with mock drama, she'll realize her mom is, a big deal. The studio laughs, but there's truth there. Tamera isn't desperate for validation. She's just waiting for that sweet moment when her children finally see what the world has known for decades, that Tamera Mowry-Housley is a legend. And yet, it isn't just the nostalgia that makes her emotional. It's what this means for the future, for the long-rumored Sister reboot, for the stories that could still be told. And according to Tamera, her daughter may have a role to play in all of that, literally. Because when it comes to talent, the Mowry bloodline runs strong. Tamera explains that little Ariah already has the acting bug. And there's footage, adorable, undeniable footage, of her daughter stepping into scenes with a natural spark that mirrors the very magic that Tamera and Tia brought to screens years ago. "The Mowrys don't play," she jokes. And it's true. Talent is practically their family heirloom. So when the conversation shifts to the long-awaited Sister reboot, the audience leans in. What's the plan? Will we ever get it? What would it look like? Tamera admits they've been trying for years, navigating contracts, timing, studios, everything that makes Hollywood both exciting and painfully slow. But she doesn't rule it out, not at all. And when she imagines the possibility, you can see something spark behind her eyes. Maybe, just maybe, Ariah could be part of that continuation. A new generation stepping into the universe her mother helped build. But that's not the only beloved franchise on the table. Because when Tamera Mowry-Housley talks about reunions and reboots, there's one project she gets especially excited about. A movie so adored, it still has fans begging for more nearly 20 years later. Twitches. Yes, Twitches 3. Her voice lights up when she talks about it. She doesn't just want it, she needs it. She says it with the same energy fans have been shouting online. Let's make it freaking happen. She imagines the story, the twins, now mothers, with magical children of their own. Children who might inherit the mystical, swirling power of Coventry. Children who might continue the legacy of twin witches who once saved a kingdom from darkness. Watching her describe it, you realize she's not just pitching a movie. She's dreaming out loud. And the fans feel it. The internet feels it. But there's a twist, because there are new stars in town. New twin sensations who have a massive fan base and who have openly expressed interest in joining a potential Twitches 3. The interviewer brings them up. Chloe and Halle Bailey, the powerhouse sibling duo who have become icons of their own generation. And when asked if they'd be down to star alongside Tia and Tamera, their answer was instant. Hell yeah. Imagine that. 2 generations of twin royalty, 2 sets of sisters beloved by millions. The crossover nobody knew they needed until the possibility was spoken into existence. Chloe Bailey and Halle Bailey teaming up with Tia Mowry and Tamera Mowry-Housley in Twitches 3? The internet would break, Disney Plus would crash, nostalgia would explode across social media. And the story potential? Endless. But even as the idea floats in the air, glittering, magical, irresistible, Tamera returns to something more grounded, more heartfelt, more human. She just wants her kids to see her the way the world sees her. To recognize that she wasn't just on a show, she shaped a generation. She laughs again when recounting how her daughter dismissed her subtly with a casual, "Okay girl, bye." And it's such a real moment, the kind families everywhere can relate to. Kids just don't grasp their parents' glory until they're older. But when they do, it hits them like a truck. One day, Aiden and Ariah will watch Sister, or Twitches, or old interviews or awards shows, and they'll realize, wow, Mom wasn't just cool, Mom was iconic. And maybe that realization will come sooner than expected. Because now, with the reboot talks heating up, with Twitches 3 buzz stronger than ever, and with the world continuing to celebrate the magic of Tamera's legacy, her kids might finally get a front row seat to the resurgence of their mother's legendary status. On that stage with Jennifer Hudson, Tamera wasn't just sharing a funny story about her kids. She was reminding the world of something bigger, that time may pass, trends may shift, but classics remain classics. Sister has already proven that. Its fan base keeps growing. New generations keep discovering it. People keep quoting it, binge-watching it, and loving it. And when that moment comes, the moment her kids finally fall in love with the show, it's going to hit different. Because they won't just be watching a sitcom, they'll be watching their mother in her prime, a trailblazer. A black woman leading a major sitcom at a time when that representation mattered deeply. A woman who built a legacy while making the world laugh. Until that day arrives, Tamera is patient. She's hopeful, she's amused, she's honest, and she's proud, deeply, beautifully proud. Whether it's the long-awaited Sister reboot, the fan-demanded Twitches 3, or even the possibility of starring alongside Chloe and Halle Bailey, the future is bursting with magic for Tamera Mowry-Housley. And as she ends her interview, there's one simple hope lingering in the air, that one day her kids will finally look at her, then look at her old shows and say with awe, "Mom, you really were a big deal." Because she was, she is, and she always will be.